So how is Aslam?
He's doing great.
Yeah.
He's doing good.
Very good, very good.
Yeah. All right. So I'll start. And you will have the introduction, then I can start this session, right?
We have the prayer and then the introduction, and then we can start.
All right. Okay.
Good afternoon, sir. We are live on YouTube now.
Sandamari ma'am, you can start. Sandamari ma'am. Sandamari ma'am, you can start. Sandamari ma'am. Ma'am, உங்களுக்கு கேட்கலையா?
Fine, fine. Jai Shri Krishna. Yes, sir, Augustine sir, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible. Please go ahead.
Yes. Jai Shri Krishna. Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you do, you will definitely be successful. Pronounced to one and all present here, this is Sentamarai, member of IQAC, DG Vaishnav College. On behalf of our management, our secretary, Shri Ashok Kumar Mundraji, our principal, Dr. S. Santosh Babu, our IQAC coordinator, Dr. T.
Sandamari ma'am, there is some video lag. There is a problem with your data. Ma'am, அவங்களை mute பண்ணுங்க. Mute பண்ணிட்டு college prayer போட்டு.
Discipline Das, Govardhan Das, Vaishnav College. I want national level virtual training on ICT. Prayer is not asked. Begin today's session.
Yeah.
Satyaparam Trisatyam Satyasya Yodim Nihitam Cha Satye Satyasya Satyam Sutta Satya Netram Satyatmakam Swam Sharanam Prapannaha Vani Kunanu Kathane Sravano Kathayam Hasto Cha Karmasu Manastava Padayornaha Pratyam Sirastava Nivasa Jagat Praname Drishtispatam Darshane Subhavattanunam Namo Bhagavate Tasmai Krishnaya Karmane Rupanama Vidhedena Rupanama Vidhedena Jagat Kridati Yoyataha
Yes, ma'am. Sandamari.
Hope you all had a prolific session on day one. Now, I'm sure today also you will enrich with the quality of learning on summative tools. I deem it my proud privilege to welcome and formally introduce our guest for the day, Mr. Swaminathan Ganesan, co-founder, CEO of SmartTech. He is working on building artificial intelligence powered solution to the education sector. Overall, he has about 20 years of experience in the IT industry. Mr. Swami finished his master's from BITS Pilani, specializing in software engineering. He started his career with Wipro in the embedded products domain, working on the development teams of some of the world-leading devices such as Toshiba multifunctional peripherals, Toshiba HD DVD. In the initial part of his career, he done various projects for Japanese customers, which motivated him to learn Japanese. Now he is a certified business level communicator for Japanese. The later part of his career, he worked with some of the tech giant from the Silicon Valley. He also co-founded and was a CTO of startup called Mitkumo, which is for healthcare domain. He is highly passionate about building products and building high productivity teams. He is a subject expert in building software as a services products and implementation of AI. He is a part of many tech forums and enjoying mentoring. Thank you, sir, for accepting our invite. Sir, we are fortunate to have you in our midst. Now, I kindly request Swaminatha Ganesan to address the gathering. Over to you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Sintamari ma'am. And thank you for the kind words of introducing me. Really privileged to be here. And I would formally like to thank the DJ Vaishnava College for allowing me to come here and probably share my thoughts and a quick demo of what we are working on the AI front for the education sector. Before I begin, I want to formally thank the Secretary of DJ Vaishnava College, Shri Ashok Kumar Mindraji, and Principal, Captain Dr. S. Santosh Babu, and the IQAC Coordinator, Dr. Augustine. Thank you so much, all of you, for giving us this opportunity. Before we even begin, I just want to say one thing, that probably we are one organization that is like a perfect match for the IQAC, the presentation as such. The main reason being that we are working on driving educational quality using AI. So IQAC, where the internal quality committee is also committed towards improving quality on a day-to-day basis, and where we are bringing in technology to improve the quality asset. So we are probably a perfect blend is what I would consider. And with that, I would start my presentation and start sharing my screen. Okay, so as I was introduced, we are SmartAid. We are building artificial intelligence products and solutions for the education sector. That's what we do. Before even we get into what exactly we do, I just want to give a quick sneak peek into how education is going to transform and how AI is going to play a very important role in education in the forthcoming years. I believe that we have been catapulted because of COVID, but this is a pre-COVID statistics that we actually took, and we were actually munching on this when we began our journey, began SmartAid's journey. If you see the top 5 digital transformation trends that's going to be in the industry on the education front, it's going to be on AI, that's to start with, and then the gamification of content, learner-centric education, where the focus is tuned more towards the learner instead of the subjects, predefined subjects and syllabuses, reality-based classrooms, augmented reality, virtual reality. We see that the kindergarten teachers these days have really evolved in creating augmented reality and virtual reality classrooms for the kids to make them engage further. And the learning space itself is going to kind of redefine itself in the forthcoming years, and especially catapulted by a lot of changes that is actually around. If we see the key drivers, one of the key drivers is that policy changes. The National Education Policy, which was recently launched, has also touched upon this on various other factors. Schooling systems like National Institute of Open Schooling, which is also having a differential education apart from the CBSEs and the state boards and the matriculation boards that we already have. And then rapid digital transformation that is actually happening, which is enabled by companies like us. That is also helping the education sector, or giving the education sector a much needed oxygen that it actually requires, because after all, we are building the world's citizens. So with that, I would like to probably start on and then explain a little bit about what we do at SmartAid. We are building a product called as Deep Grade. So as the name itself goes, it is an AI powered, not only answer paper, but digital content correction of handwritten content of schools and universities. That's what we do. How do we do it? We are specialists in machine learning, natural language processing, computer vision, OCR, handwriting pattern analysis, handwriting text recognition, and deep learning. So we use all of these different techniques that is actually available in order to accomplish our actual goals. Our solution is based on two different tenets. One is the knowledge builder, where you have, say, uploading of documents or uploading of videos, doubts clarification module, or question bank creation, notifications, all these things that will actually help build the knowledge in the kid. And the other side is what we have is called as Deep Grade AI Magic, where whether be it a quiz, whether be it an exam or a test, whether be it a worksheet or assignment that actually goes out, that will be graded using AI. So that is where the language part or the dissection and segmenting the answer separately out and extracting that, not only for text, but for diagrams, formulas, and more so, is also on the way. What are we actually trying to achieve? What is going to be the outcome of Deep Grade? If you see, one is that the learning gaps that we will identify using the knowledge builder module, where whatever content that was actually there, whether it has reached the students in the right way, that is something which we will be able to get using the knowledge builder module. And using Deep Grade AI Magic, we will be able to get the learning effectiveness. Never before seen reports, never before seen data patterns that will actually come out of AI correction will be there for our consumption. And what that will actually do is that it will continuously upskill. So the upskilling is not only for the students, it's definitely for the teaching community as well. So the much needed help that they require will be given using the Deep Grade AI module. So with that, probably I will go to the demo. I hope everyone is able to see my screen.
Yes, sir. It is.
Yeah. Thank you. So since I just have 20 minutes, I'll go a little faster here. I've taken a school answer that I want to show like how we will actually correct it and how we are going to grade it. It is an 8th standard social science question. If you see, the purpose of the question is a recall history, and it's a 2 marks question, and the chapter is History of America. The question is, what is Monroe Doctrine? So our AI algorithm does a classification of what type of question it is actually, and then it has pulled out and told that, okay, this is a remembering question. And the answer key is now keyed in by the teacher. For the benefit of the demo, I will read out the answer. The answer is James Monroe, the president of the USA, came up with this famous Monroe Doctrine, which declared that if Europeans interfered anywhere in America, north or south, it would amount to waging a war against the United States. And this threat frightened the European powers, and by 1830, the whole of South America was freed from European domination. Our AI algorithm also picks up the keywords from the answer key that has been provided. If the teacher feels like she wants to delete some of the keywords and add up a few more keywords, he or she is welcome to do that. Now let's jump into a quick correction. This is an answer sheet that has been scanned and uploaded. So as part of our the whole trials, what we did was we did MOUs with many schools and got their older answer sheets, and which we used for our training models. This is one such answer sheet which has been dissected and segmented. And you can see the answer from the kid, which says, Monroe is a famous president called Monroe Doctrine. He helps the people's freedom for their freedom. The nations are said him to form a government by his action. He is a great leader. What we could understand very clearly is that this kid does not know the answer, and he has just beaten around the bush to trying to explain what is Monroe Doctrine, though he has presented this answer very neatly. And we can also see that the teacher has awarded him 1 mark. What our AI algorithm first does is that this is a very noisy image. This has been paper scanned. Though it has been paper scanned, it's a very noisy image, which we are first cleaning up. And this text is now completely extracted. We have handled over 100,000 answer papers. So different kind of handwritings, different kind of people's writing skills, different slants, different pen pressures. All of these is something which we clearly understand. And probably we are one of those algorithms which are really created for understanding children's handwriting. All the machine learning algorithms that is actually available today are more attuned towards the adult handwriting, but children and kids handwriting is something maybe we can call ourselves the pioneers, where we are working on that. We've been working on that for the past 1 year. How does our grading happen? Now, there is different kinds of grading that actually happens. One is with respect to context, another with grammar, another with spelling, another with style. So in the contextual way, the answer key and whatever has been extracted from this kid's answer is completely not matching at all. So the context score from our end is 0. And that's why there is 0 marks. And there is also a grammatical error that we have found out. If you see what is a grammatical error, did you mean told instead of said? It's a commonly confused word. The kid has used the word said here, where the nations are said him to form a government by his action. The appropriate word should have been told. So that is what we are actually identifying and telling to the teacher that this is what is the correct grammar replacement for that particular error. Now, how did we say we have to give 0 marks, or how does a teacher actually say that this is the amount of mark that has to be given? If we see the mental math of a teacher, right, when he or she starts correcting, they will say like, okay, they will read the answer first, and then they're going to say, okay, this kid has written really well, but he has committed 2 spelling mistakes. So let me cut half a mark for this guy and then give him 1.5 mark. Now, we have to teach our software system also the same thing. That is why we have this marking scheme where if the context is anywhere above 80%, give the full mark. If the context is anywhere between 60 to 70%, give 1 mark. And if it's a context is anywhere between 40 to 50%, give half a mark. And anything below that, give 0 marks. So this is completely configurable by the teacher, depending on the question paper set or depending on the toughness level. However he or she wants to configure it, she can go ahead and configure. What do we mean by context again is that the whole word could be replaced to a different word. Let me go back to the question again. This threat frightened the European powers can be rewritten as this threat scared the European powers. So in our context correction by the AI, where we are using natural language processing, we are not just worried about whether we are finding this particular word frightened. If there is an alternate word used, example scared, instead of frightened, we will still grade the mark or provide the mark for that particular kid because the meaning hasn't actually changed. So we are looking at the intent and the context of the answer rather than just finding whether that particular word or anything is actually there. So what about the other negative marking, say grammar or keyword or spelling? So this is where we say, okay, if there is a 80% of or above of grammar correctness, don't reduce anything. If there are more grammar incorrectness or spellings that are actually missed out, then you please go ahead and reduce half a mark or 1 mark. All these items are completely configurable. I'm looking at another answer right now. This is probably a little difficult handwriting to pass. So just to prove that, okay, we can still correct difficult handwritings as well. So if you see Monroe, the president of the USA, came up with this famous Monroe Doctrine, which declared that if Europeans interfered anywhere in America, north or south, it would amount to waging war against the United States. And by 1830, the whole of South America was free from European. And the last word is something which we are unable to parse. Now, when we read this answer, our AI scoring is now 86% and it gives a full 2 marks. The first example that I showed you is where a kid deserved to get only 0 mark, got probably 1 mark. And then this is a positive scenario where a kid who should have actually got 2 marks probably only got 1 mark because of his poor handwriting or whatever it is. So in both the cases, when AI comes, the accuracy and versatility of the correction itself is going to help. And we are going to show all this data back to the teacher. So there are a few questions that come through like, okay, now you don't need the help of teachers. No, absolutely not. We are not trying to replace the teachers. It is just to say that the 30 or 40% of the time that is spent on either the homework or the classwork or the assignments or the exam tests, all these time that the teacher actually spends on correcting can be reduced significantly, where the teacher can now review what the AI has actually corrected. So that is what we are actually banking on here. So one more sample here, which has found a few spelling mistakes, like the spelling of Monroe itself is wrong. And here the correct spelling should have been interference, not interfere. So all those things also we were able to do. Now, this was a very simple question that we tackled. What about something a little bit more complex? So I have taken that also in my example, where this is a 10th standard science, and the question is a describe rocket propulsion. And from Bloom's taxonomy, this is an understanding question. Now that if you see here, the teacher has keyed in all the answer keys for this particular question, where the kid can actually write. But what if it's above and beyond? What if a kid goes and understands and sees videos and reads somewhere else about rocket propulsion and writes in his own words what he learned, which is above and beyond what has been taught in the class? Now, we cannot leave that aside, right? In that case, we have given an option where the teacher can also go and give links saying, okay, these are my reference links. If the kid has written anything from these links as well, please award him mark. And there is also factual checks that we actually do. Example, if you say take name 5 taproot plants, there are 50 million plants which are having taproots. Now, the teacher can necessarily not key in all the 50 million plants in the answer key. Rather, they would have whatever is in the boundary of the book, they would have said, okay, these are the 10 plants that he can write. One of these 10 could be there. But if the kid, out of his known knowledge, could have also gone and then probably understood, okay, there are 10 more plants or there are 6 more plants, and write the other 5 plants, which is not given in the answer key. That will come as a fact check where we can actually check whatever he has written is a taproot plant or not. So this is a reverse way of going and checking whether the kid's answer is correct or not. So that is something which is very unique to us as well, and where we were able to get very considerable success on doing that kind of a check. So what happened in COVID was our initial, maybe I'll start with a little bit of a joke. Our initial idea was that we go and deploy everything in May 2020, and then a lot of schools will start using us. The public exams would have been over. The next year's exams would have started. Children would start writing exams, and we would have more data to process. And we were never thinking about homeworks and classworks and assignments and worksheets, because we thought it's going to be very difficult for us to scan and get those data. But COVID came and water in all our plans, and it gave us a new opportunity and a new challenge. Now, all the kids are so used to clicking a picture of their homework and sending it to their teachers. Now, if we can parse this photographed picture and get the data out of this, and then extract this data out and use it for AI correction, we are not a seasonal product like only during exams or tests we come into the picture. We are a day-to-day product that will be used even after COVID. So that is, I'm very proud to say that my team put all the effort, and then in very short time, we were able to solve that problem as well, where we are working on, where we have finally come out with extracting the text out of photographed images. And this is a cleanup, this is a sample cleanup, this is a photographed image, not a scanned image. It's a sample cleanup that actually takes place, and then we are able to extract the content from there as well. And similar context and scoring also happens here. There might be one question in your mind which says, what if a student comes and puts all the keywords and has not probably structured the sentence, but he has covered all the keywords? Are you guys just checking only at the keywords, or are you guys actually understanding the meaning? So this was one of the questions that came through in our many demos that we have actually done. And what the answer for us was that we actually created another answer, which was with just a flurry of keywords put across in different places. And we were able to clearly identify and pick out that only keywords were present, and our context rating was only 40% awarded. So that is something which we could actually cover. The one more question that might be there in your mind is that this is all fine. What about creative answers? If there is an open-ended answer, a question that I'm going to ask, example, what is your opinion on national educational policy? How would we answer that? Can deep grade correct it? Sorry, at this point in time, deep grade will not be able to correct the open-ended questions. We still leave it to the merit of the teachers to correct it. But nevertheless, we will be able to provide inferences such as fact checks, grammar checks, spelling checks. All these checks would have been done, and then only the grading part we can actually go to the teacher. So that is something at which we are. Are we stopping at the textual level? No, we are going above and beyond. We are getting into diagrams, we are getting into maps, we are getting into mathematics, we are getting into formulas, we are getting into a lot of other dimensions as well. As the product matures, those also will actually come into picture. Right now, we have the text-based correction, which is actually ready, which is almost 60 to 70% of whatever, however the kids actually write. The remaining part is only 30%. So we have done the major chunk right now, and the remaining part will get covered very soon. One of the other questions that came through with a very interesting math teacher that they actually asked was a quadratic equation can be solved in 4 different methods. If I'm saying 2x plus 2y is equal to 4 and 4x plus 7y is equal to 8, now find x and y. The student can go and substitute any x, either the x in the first equation or in the second equation, or the y in the first equation or in the second equation, and any combination he can actually take and solve that problem. Now, how will you grade, or how will the AI correct for that? We are developing our own mathematical model. When you give it an answer or when you give it a question, it is going to solve it on different methodologies that is actually available, and then keep all the options aside, and then it will compare with whatever the kid has actually written. So step by step, or even at every line level, we will be able to understand what the kid has written and where the match is happening, or if there is anything that is erroneous. We have also seen, when we pass through some of the data, we've also seen data that the steps are wrong, but the answer is correct. So maybe that is because of a memory that, okay, for this problem, this is the answer, but in between the steps are wrong. So which means that even that kind of findings can still be possible from the AI correction. What do we get at the end of the day, if you really see, is that you get a summary like this, where you say, for every individual question, you know, what are the spelling errors that has been committed by the whole class? What are the, how many grammatical errors that have they actually made? And what is the context status? Very, very simple. If only 5 students in the whole class have scored above 75% in this particular context of that particular answer, which means that they have not understood rocket propulsion that very clearly. So this goes back to the teacher saying, hey, probably the class did not understand. Can we use different examples? Can we use different materials? Can we show them something else so that the understanding level is a lot better? So that is where we say that the continuous upskillment is very, very important for the teachers and as well as for the students. So our focus, instead of giving content and instead of giving more and more stuff to the student, we are always looking at how to empower the teachers, how to arm them with the superpower that they can go ahead and improve themselves. And our motto is that if we arm and if we support one teacher or one professor or one lecturer, we impact thousands of students. But when we go to an individual student, we only impact that particular individual. So our motto has always been on that side. I'm very near to the close of my presentation. So I would like to thank you for the opportunity given. I believe that I'm on time and completed pretty crisply. I'm very sure that there will be a lot of questions that you would actually have. So you can write to us at reach@smartail.ai. Our website is also there, www.smartail.ai. Please go there, and if you give your comment, or there is a reach us section there, if you go and just give your name and phone number, and if you want to trial our product, or if you want to know more, and if you want to really come and see at our office whether it really works or not, you're most welcome. We will be very happy to host you and show you how things work here. And thank you so much for the opportunity, Dr. Agustin, once again. And thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, sir, for enlightening us with your valuable input, and also for explaining the essentials of AI in the education sector. Now, it is very clear for me that AI is not a threat to teaching community, rather it supports teachers and students. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank
The
you.
training, yes, the training session will resume shortly.
Thank you, Swami, for that wonderful presentation. And we feel as teachers, we are. I feel that we are gifted. That we will be the generation who will be using this artificial intelligence, the first generation to use it. So we are very much anxiously waiting for the product. So we'll meet you soon. Okay. Thank you very much for joining.
Thank you, Dr. Augustine. Appreciate the time. Thank you.
Now let us move on to training session. The trainer requires no introduction to this august audience. Dr. T. Agustin Arul Prasad, a man with a bundle of great innovative ideas. I'm just going to highlight some of his credentials. Sir has published more than 20 articles in the reviewed journals and he has authored 2 books on engineering chemistry. He is one of the sought after trainer for NEET from 2005 to till date. He has acted as a resource person to many colleges in and around Tamil Nadu. He is having rich experience in research as well as in industry. He is holding many key positions in DG Vaishnav College, like academic council member, IQAC coordinator, coordinator for student induction program, and the list goes on. He successfully completed 4 UGC sponsored refresher course in his discipline. He also completed University Grant Commission minor project of a teacher's 12 plan for the worth of rupees 2 lakh 10 point lakhs. Now, I welcome our dynamic professor, coordinator of IQAC, Dr. T. Agustin Arul Prasad, to start his training session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Sandamare ma'am. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. What I am today is because of my students, and what I am doing is because of my teachers. So I thank my team for supporting me a lot in all these COVID times, and they are working day in and day out to help us out to reach thousands of teachers across the country. And as you know, our website is visited several times by many teachers, and our videos are watched several thousand times. And when we started our first program, we had only 16 subscribers, and today our subscriber level has increased to nearly 900. So we thank for all our subscribers who are watching this program, and keep watching all the videos and share these videos to everyone, so that the entire community, the teaching community, and also the student community be benefited. Okay. Okay. So the first tool for the day today is Flipgrid. You can type in FLIPGRID, Flipgrid. Flipgrid is a wonderful tool. And most of the tools that we are going to see today are summative tools. Yesterday, we saw a lot of formative tools. And today, we are going to see a lot of innovative summative tools, which can really engage our students to work on questions, to think, be creative, etc. So today, I want all the participants to join with me. This is going to be a full interactive session. So you need to have an hands-on training, and therefore we have planned this session in such a way that you get the maximum training today. So please join with us with your laptops, mobile, desktops. If you're working in your laptop, please take up your mobile. If you're working in your desktop, please use your mobile or laptop, and please join with us in each and every tool so that you can really taste the flavor of the tools. So the first tool is Flipgrid, and once you open up the Flipgrid, it will ask you to log in, and once you log in, so Flipgrid is a tool that will help you to um, create a lot of videos. Okay, so it will help you to create a lot of videos. It's taking some time. And yesterday we had a lot of tools. I hope that all of you would have tried those tools at least once, especially the Edpuzzle and the other tools. Now, once you get inside your Flipgrid, okay, you need to first create an account. You need to sign in, okay, and then you need to log in. So once you have signed in and logged inside your Flipgrid, you can create groups. Okay, you need to create groups. Okay, so creating a group is it's very simple. If you click create group, it will ask you for a group name. You can type some group name, and it will also give you a group code. So you can copy this group code, because you have to share this group code to your students, and choose if your students will join the group using their email or a username, and just check the student email, and you can then go for the next. So once you have created a group in Flipgrid, you can send that link to your students, and you can post an assignment. See, I have created an assignment for my students, and I've asked my students to create their assignments in a video format. See, many students are watching videos every day, YouTube videos, and they will always be creative in doing an assignment or in doing a work, something in the form in a video format. So I've asked my students to create a video on a particular assignment. So that is happening. Yes, you can see my students have created a lot of videos on a topic called hybridization. Okay, so my students have created uh, videos on hybridization. Okay, and just a moment. Okay, so you can see I'm just showing you the video prepared by my student using this app called
Hi guys, in this
Flipgrid.
video we will see about the definition of hybridization and its types. So first, let us see who discovered hybridization. It was discovered by the scientist Pauling in 1935. So what we do mean by hybridization? And now hybridization is the concept of
You are
mixing
watching a
atomic
video
orbitals with
not
different
created by a
energies,
professional.
shapes, etc. to
You are
form
watching a
chemical
video
bonds. It's like
created by an
between friends of
undergraduate
different
student.
kinds in different energies எல்லாம் நம்ம பண்ற மாதிரியே அந்த atoms பண்றதுக்கு பேர் தான் hybridization. Next about types. There are three types, which first one becomes SP, which is linear type, and it contains of 180 degrees Celsius, and example is beryllium chloride. Next,
There are some
SP2,
mistakes in the
shape
presentation,
of planar
so we need
in
to
120 degrees, and example
get back
is
to the students.
BF3,
Okay.
boron fluoride. And the last
Uh,
one is SP3, which is tetrahedral.
So this enables the student a different platform where the students can, and initially as a teacher, you have to engage your students with a video, and you have to ask your students to present the video. Since there are a lot of videos, it takes some time to load, because this particular page contains 40 plus videos. So as an educator, you can ask your students to present or prepare a video. So students can prepare any type of video and they can present it inside this Flipgrid. It is very easy to use, very handy. The student can be more expressive. The students can use their innovative thinking. The students can create. I have almost 40 students presented their videos under this Flipgrid. Let it load for some time. So after the loading, I think we can come back. Yeah, it is loaded. let me give you one more video. Yes. So different types, different ideas. So you can see how your students have conceptualized your teaching, how your students have understood your teaching, and how well they can express their views and ideas about a particular topic. So all these things can happen in this Flipgrid platform. So I request all the teachers to try this app. It's a wonderful app. I've been using it for quite some time, and my students are really enjoying. I can show you a lot of comments from my students in my Google Classroom, which says that, sir, this particular app is quite interesting. We would like to use it more often. So that is the kind of reply I'm getting from my students. So it's so nice to see. Okay. So this is a Flipgrip app, and it is taking quite some time to load. We will move on to the next app. We will come back to this later. Okay, just a moment. Yes. So this was my introductory video for my
Dear
students.
students, this is Flipgrid app. You can record your video and you can post it in this Flipgrid app itself, which will be of greater use for all of us. You can draw.
So we can record.
So
We can
I've
record
asked
our
you
video.
How to? I've asked you to explain the concept of hybridization. So you can explain. You can write. Okay. You can write something like this. Okay, and you can even add filters. Okay, so you can add filters, and you can add emojis. Okay, so you can add emojis into this Flipgrid app, something like this.
So this app will be of greater help. So this app can be
And,
the videos can be created for a time duration of 2 minutes.
Okay, you can add a photo inside this. So there are a lot of things that you can do.
So within 2 minutes, a student will be able to present something concretely about a topic.
About hybridization. Okay.
So it actually, this entire app promotes a lot of skills within student, like it promotes time management, critical thinking, analysis, and problem solving. So a lot of pedagogical skills can be imparted into the students using this app called Flipgrid. Yes. Just watch this.
Hey guys, myself Ariaran and you are watching me as an allied chemistry student from 2nd MBC. Now, my perspective over hybridization is it helps in balancing the energy levels of atomic orbitals during their atomic bonding. And the highlight is you all know that it helps in producing new hybridized orbitals like sp, sp2 and so on with the different structures and energies by mixing the current orbitals of sp, d, f and so on. Now,
These are all my allied chemistry students from mathematics department of our college. They are wonderful students, and they had prepared these videos for my topic hybridization.
let me give an example of sp hybridization of acetylene, that is C2H2. You all know that the electronic configuration of carbon is 1s2, 2s2 and 2p2. During excitation, one electron jumps from 2s to 2pz orbital, and as a result, hybridization takes place in these two. Thus, each molecule of CH contributes two hybridized sp orbitals. As a result, we receive a total of 4 sp hybridized orbitals as a net. Then, during the process of hybridization, one sp orbital overlaps with the other, and the net result of C2H2 is a triple bond structure. Apart from this, the major economic importance of hybridization is it helps in detecting the acidity and the basicity of organic compounds. Hope you have enjoyed this short session and do share your opinion in the comment box. Until then, bye.
So this is the Flipgrid app where the students can give their videos, they can post their videos, and they can really impress the other students and also the teacher. And it gives them an opportunity to showcase their talents and do a purposeful learning. So the first app for the day is Flipgrid. Please do use this app. It will really make your teaching learning process more enjoyable. Yes. The second app is Nearpod, Nearpod. The second app is Nearpod. Now, this Nearpod app can be used in many ways. Nearpod is, I would say, Nearpod is the best app for both formative and summative assessment because it gives you a lot of scope to explore the methodology of assessment. You can just use this app for days and months and years together with your students, and you will still find it more interesting and enjoyable. Okay, so in a Nearpod app, what you need to do is you have to first go into the website Nearpod. You have to sign in, you need to log in, and after you sign in and log in, you can create new. Okay, so if you click this, it will ask you to create whether it will ask you to whether you want to create a lesson in Nearpod or lesson in Google Slide or a video or a folder. Okay, so there are many options. You can create slides. Okay, you can actually create Google Slides and you can present it to your student. This tool is actually it's a wonderful tool where you can prepare your material with assessment. You can create innovative assessment inside this tool, and you can prepare the material. And it can also be used as a board, a collaborative board. Okay, so right now I'm using a collaborative board. This Nearpod can also be used for collaborative boards. Okay, now I want the participants to take your mobile phone. Please take your mobile phone. Just type join.nearpod.com. Take your mobile phone, type join.nearpod.com. After you enter join.nearpod.com, you can use your mobile. Please, all of you use your mobile. If you have joined this meeting in your mobile, you please take a fresh page server and you can start using it. If you're using your laptop or desktop, please use your mobile. Type join.nearpod.com and type the code capital S, capital Z, capital X, capital H, and capital J. Once you type, you will be taken inside this Nearpod app. So right now you are inside my Nearpod app. You are right inside my Nearpod app, and you can see a collaborative board here. And I've given a question here. Share your views about ICT tools for assessment. Are you learning happily? You can type, you can add an image, you can search an image. See, if you want to add an image, you can search an image. Okay, so just type, you can search an image. So I'm searching an image for happily. Okay, so you can see I have a lot of images. Okay, so Okay. Yes, I have posted my image. Can I have the participants? Yeah, I have around 29 participants inside. Can you all post something? I can see a lot of students here. Can you all post something here? Can you all post something? Yes. Can you type something and post it here inside Nearpod? Okay, it says something is not right. Okay, let me refresh it. So you can engage 40 students at a time inside the Nearpod. I can see a lot of students have interacted with me, enjoying the session. Very interesting. Yes, sir. Excellent. Excellent training program. Very informative. So you can interact with your students lively in between the class. See, like how I am interacting with you in between the class, like how I am interacting with you during the class. So you can interact with your yes, you can do it using you can do your entire, see, I will tell you, you can do your entire class using Nearpod. You don't have to go to GC, Google Classroom. So you can use this tool for putting a lot of things here in the Nearpod platform, like how we did yesterday in Padlet. But here you can do it a little bit differently, and you can add slides. You can add the next question. Yes, you did it. You can add a lot of slides. You can add activity. Okay, so you can add, say for example, uh, instruction. Let me say, draw a computer. So I'm using it for you. So draw a computer. Since you're all inside this Nearpod, I'm doing it live. Yes, you can all draw. Can you please try drawing a computer? Yes, you can simply draw. You can simply draw with your pen. You can simply draw, sorry, pen, not with your pen, stylus pen. You can draw it with your hand. You can use your mouse to draw. Yes, you're doing. You're interacting with your teacher. In a similar way, you can also interact with your students. So we are doing it live. So this can happen for 40 students. You can use it for 40 students in a live manner. So this is a very important tool called Nearpod, where you can add a lot of activity. Okay, so you can have an open-ended question. You can draw. You can add a true or false. Okay, let me have an open-ended question. What is your opinion on ICT tools for formative assessment. So I'm adding the next activity. So like this, during your class, you can add, okay? During your class, you can add several, during your class, you can add several. Okay, what is your opinion on ICT tools for formative assessment? I can see a lot of people have started typing. So during your class, you can post such questions to your students and get the answer. You can make every student of your class to answer. See, normally when we do an online class, when we try to ask a question, all will be dumb. They will not even open their mouth. But when you try this particular app, you can make every student of your class to answer your question. You can make the participation 100%. You can make your class more interesting, more interactive. See, without an interactive session, online classes will not be successful, cannot be successful. So interacting becomes very easy. Exactly. Interacting becomes interesting. Yes, it is easy to use. Yes, it is easy to use. It is knowledge advancement. Yes, of course. Wonderful idea to avoid monotony. Yes. So you can actually interact with your students. I want all of you to answer. Those who are here inside this, please answer. Just put your answer. Kindly give your answer. Kindly type. Kindly type your answer. So we have the answers. But yes, it's very informative, but it takes times to adapt with these apps. Exactly, exactly, exactly. Learning is made interesting. Yes, started working on it. Pradibha George, ma'am, thank you. All the ICT tools make teaching the best occupation. Thank you, ma'am. See, we need to learn as a teacher. We need to learn every day something new for the cause of education. So very handy, and you can create a lot of formative assessment questions using this tool called Nearpod. And let me close this. Yes. So like this, you can keep on adding questions and you can ask your students to join, and you can generate a report. That is the beauty of Nearpod. For every session you have, see, for every session you have, you can generate a report. For every session you have, you can generate a report. Okay, so you can generate a report. You can see here I had 40 students today in my class, and you can see the report is being generated. So there was an open-ended question. So the student participation was there. You see the names of the student and the participation level, and draw it. You can see draw a computer. All your the beauty is all your answers will be displayed here. So that is the beauty of this Nearpod. Yeah, I can see one Miss Revati has drawn a beautiful computer. So all your drawings will be displayed here, and you can really enjoy. You can show it to your students, because your students may not see it what others are doing, but you can see what each and every student can do. You can download this entire report, and you can share this entire report, and you see the collaborative board. Okay, so you can see the board, you can see the entire board, and you can show this entire board to your students. You can see. So you're viewing the board. So all these things can be put together in a single app. You can create multiple choice. You can create true or false. You can create match the following. You can create video questions. You can create slides, Google Slides, and you can create a board like this, a collaborative board. So everything can happen in this particular app called Nearpod. Okay. So you can, after the completion of your session, you can uh, just take a report. And for one of my session, my report ran for 100 pages with a 40 students number. So for a 40 student or a class of 40 students, your report may run to several hundred pages depending on the number of activities you have inside your Nearpod. So Nearpod is a wonderful tool where you can create slides, you can create questions, you can create lessons, you can create multiple choice, and you can add any such. You also have teacher resources where you can choose your material. Okay, and you can also use one of your videos in order to create your lesson. A highly interactive, teacher friendly, student friendly, and user friendly app is your Nearpod. I've enjoyed preparing my lessons using Nearpod. I've created a quite number of lessons in Nearpod. I'm using it. And please remember, my dear teachers, whatever tool I'm sharing with you, I've been using it in my day-to-day classes. So I'm the living example for all my tools. So you can create your own videos and you can enjoy these videos. You can show it to your students, and say for example, I want to create a video in science, and you can always do it. So there are a lot of videos available, and using these videos you can create your class along with your assessment tools. Okay, and you can upload a video, you can go to video, you can take a video from YouTube, okay, etc. You can create a lesson, something like this, and you can see here, you can add three-dimensional images. This is the structure of a cell. You can add images like this. You can add images like this in Nearpod. So what you are seeing is the structure of a cell, where you see the cell wall, you see the mitochondria, okay, you see the nucleus, you have the mitochondria, the Golgi complex, the cytoplasm, okay, and all the other stuff inside the cell. So such three-dimensional aspects can be shown to the students. So all these are nothing but slides. Draw the structure of a prokaryotic cell. So you can add a drawing question where the students can draw. Okay, so if you are sending it to the student will have this view, and he or she can draw this cell structure like this, something like this, and they can present it. So there is a lot of option for the students to upload the pictures or to write the text and erase. And you can also add text, and you can add your voice for the text. You can add your voice for the text. Okay. And you can even add YouTube videos into your Flipgrid lecture. And you can enable your students to watch this video. And after this video, you can start your quizzing. You can start your formative assessment.
The human brain contains around 160 billion cells, most of which are neurons. Neurons communicate with each other at synapses, where the tips of their cells meet. Patterns of interactions and signals.
So immediately you can stop here and you can ask your students, what is a synapse? And you can create a quiz for them and you can ask them to post it. So it can be more interactive. See, you can break the monotonous PowerPoint presentation and talking a lot during the classroom, and you can really make it more interesting for your students and also for yourself, because this online teaching is going to, it's not going to stop right now. It's going to continue and it's going to be there for a long time in our teaching profession. And therefore, it's time for us to move on. It's time for us to improve and to learn as much as possible and keep ourselves acute for teaching the 21st gen kids. Okay, so this is Nearpod, my dear teachers, and the next app will be yes, the next app is Quizzes. QUIZIZZ. This is again a summative app, summative tool. Type Quizzes in your Google browser. Just type Quizzes in your Google browser. And once you are inside, you can create your own quiz. You can create a lesson also in this app, in this tool. So this is, again, I tell you, this can be really interesting because I have done 2 summative uh, assessment for my students, 60 questions of 60 for 60 minutes, 60 questions for 60 minutes. Okay, so this is my library where I have this questions. The creating questions is very easy. Okay, you can easily create the questions. Let me create a very short quiz. Let us play a very short quiz here. So name this quiz. Okay, let me name this quiz as ICT. Okay, and it is something related with computers. Okay, so if I click next, let me take multiple choice. Okay, so now I need to, if you have any questions here, you can always add those questions inside and you can save it. So once you save it, your quiz will be saved. Okay, and we have one such quiz. It's there. Okay, this is draft. Now you can actually add questions. Okay, you can add questions from the library. You can teleport questions. See, this is what teleporting. Now I want to teleport 20 questions. There are 10 questions is there in this particular quiz. If you want, you can teleport these questions into your quiz, or you can just okay, leave it. So there are several. Okay, so let me prepare a quiz for you people. I'm preparing a quiz before you and I want you to join in this quiz live. So just click add, just go to the question, click add. Your questions will be added quickly inside your. So I've added questions, right? So what I will do after adding the question, just click done. You can get questions for any topic. Okay, I don't want to add any image, so it is public and visible. So they are asking the grade, so the grade will be university, so I'm saving it. So my quiz is ready. I want to start a live quiz. I want the participants to join. Let me see who becomes the first. Okay, so let us start the quiz. I want all the participants to join. So I just prepared a quiz in just 2 minutes. I prepared a formative assessment, or for that matter, summative assessment. I prepared it in a few minutes, and you can easily give these quizzes to your kids, to your students, and they will really enjoy it, like how you're going to enjoy. Take your mobile, type joinmyquiz.com. Take your mobile, type joinmyquiz.com, and type the code 815007. This is how you will create the quiz inside. You can see you can do this inside the classroom. You can do it while teaching your students online. Online you can do it. Live you can do it. And immediately you can put this into your monitor, and you can ask your students to take up their mobile or whatever gadgets they have, and they can join in this quiz in a live manner. I'm going to start. Just okay, can I have some players inside the quiz? Joinmyquiz.com. Type joinmyquiz.com and type the code 815007. Can I have somebody to join? Yeah, there are 24. Yeah, there are 24 right now. Let me start the quiz. Can I start the quiz? Oh, I have a lot of students. Great. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. Great. So I have 36 participants right now. You can change your themes. You can actually change your themes. Okay. And according to the theme, your music, your background music will also change. Okay, can we go? I have 42. I have 43. Reenu Mehta ma'am, thank you for joining. Okay, we will start. Here we go. You can actually create the time. So this is your quizzes. Okay, so this is how you can see the scores. And okay, so the first person is Vinita, and second person is Shalini, and third person. Wow. So you can do this formative assessment, or you can try this as summative assessment, and you can have class accuracy. You can see what is the toughest question and what is the longest question time taken by a student. And some of the see the interesting fact is the average time taken per question was only 3 seconds by this particular class. So by this for this particular question. So like that, each and every question that you create can give you some input and gives you a very broader perspective of your formative assessment, and that will enable you to improve your teaching process, and also it will help the students to have a better learning process. So this is quizzes. Please try this. I've been trying it for quite some time and it was very, very interesting, and my students are really enjoying it. So I have already I have see it was played 61 times and 45 times some of my quizzes for stereochemistry and aromaticity. So it was liked by my students, and I hope your students will also like it. And the next app is the next app is Kahoot. The next app is Kahoot, Kahoot. Kahoot is a very famous app, and it is the most sought app by the teachers for creating very, very, very innovative for the students. Okay, and you can actually create very innovative questions for your students. First, you have to sign in. Okay, and you can create. There are a lot of templates available, so templates for slides. So these are some of them are premium, some of them are premium, and some can be used for free. Okay, now I had created one such tool, one such questionnaire for you. So Kahoot is very user friendly. You can easily go inside Kahoot and create. Okay, it is something like creating a PowerPoint slide where you can drag and drop your image from your computer, and you can ask a question. You can increase the time limit. See, in quizzes, the time limit and the points are already preset. Whereas in Kahoot, you can create your time, or you can select your time, and you can create your points. So you can drop an image from your library, or you can upload an image, or you can even give a YouTube link for the students to see. You can also import slides, and you can import a spreadsheet. You can have a question bank inside Kahoot, and you can import questions into Kahoot. Okay, so all these things can happen. The only advantage of this particular tool is Kahoot can be more creative and more interactive, and your students will really enjoy this particular. Okay, so I want to play a live game with you using Kahoot. Okay, so there are game options available. Okay, go to www.kahoot.it. And one of the advantage of all these is your Flipgrid, Your Nearpod and Kahoot are apps. They can be downloaded in your mobile phones and they can be used by the students. Just go to www.kahoot.it and type the pin 5847115. Yeah, I have a lot of I see people joining. Yes. Now all these are happening in a live class. So please remember that all these tools are used during a live class and therefore you can also use it in your live class. Imagine a class with music. Imagine a class with a lot of colors. Imagine a class with a lot of animation. Imagine a class where a lot of learning happens. Yes, right now there are 44 players. We will start it. Great. Okay, so I see there are 14 of them are direct observations. Assessment strategy tools are direct observation, records, attitude surveys, and writing samples. Okay. So what is assessment for? Okay. So you can see the first four. Dr. A. Bhuvaneswar is the highest climber. So he has climbed nearly 31 places. Some of the potential gains of ICT for students are and my dear teachers, you can create your quiz like this. You can have your questions like this with music, with colors. Okay. So international awareness, motivation, communication, and you get immediate answers. You get immediate review of your quiz. Kahoot game can be used for assessment. True or false? Okay, so what is assessment for learning? learned about this. What is assessment of learning and assessment for learning? Assessment of learning and assessment for learning. Yes, the top answer is informal evidence teachers used to see student progress. And it goes on. So like this, you can. So Shalini has the highest answer streak of 4. Great, great Shalini, great going. So we will have one last quiz, one last question. Which of these tools would not be used for assessment? Yes, drone is the correct answer, and it says drone cannot be used for the assessment. So now what I do, I will end the game. Shalini became the third prize, third place. Okay, Soumya Narayanan sir, great. Great Mohan and Sennamari ma'am. This should be the kind of assessment our children are longing for. They don't want the monotonous Google form. They don't want their assignments to be written and uploaded. They want something new. They want something fresh. And they want something which enables them to think. Okay, so this is one such tool called Kahoot, a very interesting tool. Please try it for yourself and get back to me. The next tool is okay. So this is Kahoot. The next tool is Socrative. The next tool is Socrative. Okay. Now, if you go into Socrative, please type Socrative. So just go to your Google, Socrative, Socrative. So if you type Socrative, so you have a teacher login and a student login. So go to the teacher login and okay, you will be taken into your teacher portal. You have to first log in, and once you log in, you can create a quiz, you can create a speed race, you can create a multiple choice, true or false, or a short answer. Now the main reason why I took this tool as is that this tool enable us to collect answers, short answers, because many students are have complaining to me that, sir, most of you are giving us only Google forms where we are unable to present our ideas. We are only trained in answering multiple choice, and we are not able to express our views in words. So this tool will enable you to make questions in such a way that your students will be able to write short answers in your particular domain. So I have once created one such quiz. Okay. Now what you need to do is, it's so simple. Go to socrative.com, take your mobile, just type socrative.com. Now once you are inside, once you type socrative.com, please go inside student login. Please go inside student login. So please take your mobile phone, type socrative.com, and inside and in the socrative.com type student login. Once you are inside student login, it will ask you for a room name. Type this inside the room name. So the room name is capital Augustine 3118. Augustine in caps and 3118. I repeat, take your mobile phone, type socrative.com, go inside student login. It will ask you for a room name. Type Augustine 3118. You will be inside this room, and there is a question here. You can start answering the question. What is the best tool you think for formative assessment? I go with quizzes. Great. Any other answer? I need quick answers. You saw a lot of tools from yesterday, including this one, Socrative. I will just list out the quiz. You saw Jamboard, you saw Padlet, you saw Miro Whiteboard. We have MindMaster. You saw ThinkLink. You saw Formative. You saw Flickers. You saw Pro Profs. You saw Quizlet. You saw Mentimeter. You saw Edpuzzle. You saw Quizmaker. You saw Flipgrid. You saw Nearpod. Then quizzes. Then Answer Garden. Ma'am, somebody can post this in the chat box also, in the YouTube live chat box. Socrative.com. Room name is Augustine 3118. So you have Kahoot, you have Socrative. See, this will enable your students. This will enable your students to express their views. Okay, in a more democratic manner. Google Forms, Google Classroom, Question Tool, Edpuzzle, Gymkit, Assignment, Quizmaker, Nearpod, discussion during the class. Exactly. You can always discuss during the class, but when you discuss during the class, not many will open their mouth. I've seen in the past 20 years of my teaching career, I've seen hardly the first benchers will open up their mouth. But when you use an ICT tool, you can make every one of your student, every member of the class to open up their mouth and come out with an answer. That is the beauty of this tool. So many of you are, I think, have become a fan for Nearpod. Yes, Nearpod is a wonderful tool, and I've really enjoyed in using this Nearpod. So one question I see, I can see a lot of answers here. So let me finish this. So if I finish it, yes. Now you can see that you can see a lot of okay. So you can actually create a lot of quiz, and you can search for quizzes, and you can have rooms. See, one such room is this. So where you can have the quiz. So this Socrative is another important tool where you can have, because see, again, the students will be a little bit bored when you are trying the same kind of quizzes to them. So hardly you can have some 4 to 5 formative assessments and 2 summative assessments at the end of the year or end of the semester. And that will really help you out in grading the knowledge of your students and whether whatever you have imparted has gone into their minds. Okay. Now, the next tool is Gymkit. Gimkit. I want all of you to take this tool very seriously because it is another wonderful tool like quizzes. Gymkit is a tool where you can play virtually, play lively with your students. You can create your own quiz, and it is actually it gives you a 30 days trial period, and after that you need to pay. But you can log in from different accounts, different Google accounts, and you can extend the trial period, say for up to 150 months. If you have 5 user IDs, you can Gmail IDs or anything like that, you can use it for 150 days, but it will not take much for you to complete the assessment. And once you complete the assessment, you can take down the reports and you can save it for the future. Now, this is the assessment for all the participants for today, because it is an hands-on training for 2 days, and I want all the participants to uh, pass this assessment. So I want all the participants to play with me live. So this assessment comprises of all the tools that we have seen during the past 2 days. Okay, are you ready to play with me? So it is an assessment based on all the tools. So please revise everything, keep it ready. We will be playing it right now. Name of the tool is Gymkit. So what you need to do is you have to create new kit. So every time you create a new kit, after creating a kit, you can put questions inside. You can create assignments for your students. So you can ask your students to upload. You can come. So let's make an assignment. You have to select a kit. So there are a lot of kits which I had created. Okay, let me select this kit called. Then it will ask you to create a class. No, you can continue with the class. The main aim of this gym kit is it does not give marks, but rather it gives money. That is the beauty of this tool, because normally students will be a little bit anxious about getting marks, but this kit works on dollars. So even in quiz, in assignment, only dollars are awarded to the students and not what you call marks. Therefore, it's a little bit easy for the students to understand what is happening there. So now I want all the participants watching this live to join with me in this assessment of the 2-day national level virtual training program on ICT tools for effective assessment, formative, and summative. So I have a little bit issue for quite some time. Meanwhile, ma'am, can you post the feedback link to the participants? And I would like to uh, make a point here that those who are submitting the feedbacks only will be given the certificates, and the others may not get the certificate, because we need to ensure the integrity of the participants. So who have those participants who have participated in the live alone can are entitled to get these certificates. It takes some time for loading. Again, it's a wonderful summative tool where you can ask a lot of questions for your students. Meanwhile, you can also try this tool called Answer Garden. You can make a note of it. Answer Garden. ANSWERGARDEN. Answer Garden. Okay. And again, this tool is really a wonderful tool where you can ask questions. It creates word cloud. It creates word cloud, and the students can actually participate in this word cloud. Actually, we need to share the link. The link will be created and it will be sent to our uh, email address. So once you create a assignment or question in your thing, the email will be created and it will be sent to your email, and from here you can invite people. Okay, from here you can invite people. So please try Answer Garden. It's a wonderful tool. So once it is created, we can view and we can type the answers here. So once I share this link with you, you can actually type. Okay. So I'm copying the link. I will share it in the chat box if possible. Can you share this link in the can you try this link, somebody in the Zoom? Let me see, am I getting some answers? Just click. If the link is working, you can share it in the YouTube. Can I get some answers? So what makes you happy while learning? What makes you happy while learning? I started with I grow. So when I learn, I grow. Is that link working? Has somebody tried? Nearpod is a free app. You can accommodate 40. Nearpod is free. You can accommodate 40. I think after some classes, some number of classes. Uh, see, Padlet is only a board. Padlet is an interactive board where anybody can put material. Nearpod is a total package. Nearpod enables you to create slides. You can create assignment. You can create assessment. Is this link working? Can somebody tell me? Is this link working? Yes, yes. Can somebody type the answer? Please type. Can you put this link in the YouTube? Somebody copy it and put it in the YouTube. Please type your answers. I want to see your answers. Yes. Can I have some answers? So this is called Answer Garden. Interacting. Yes, interacting. Very good. Any other answer? Any other answer? What makes you happy while learning? Okay. Yes, our quiz is ready. ICT tools for assessment. Our quiz is ready. I want all the participants to join. Okay. Go to gymkit.com. Dear participants, go to gymkit.com/play and enter the code 65488. So try to make as much as money as you can in 10 minutes. Let us see who makes the top money. The best learner of this 2-day national level virtual training workshop. So let us see who has learned, who is going to make much money. Yes. Amrita ma'am, thanks for joining. Gymkit is, again, I told you, it's a kind of game where you can add more interactive sessions to your students, because it has a lot of music and a lot of animations will happen. So the students will not get tired in between your learning process. So there can be a lot of bond between the students, and the students will never feel bored in your class. They can never get tired in your class, and your classes will be lively, and you can be a wonderful teacher for them. Okay, I have 40 players. Let me start the game. Actually, there will be a music. I'm not getting the music right now. I don't know why, but there will be a music. You can see who is taking the lead. There are around 52. Let me play a music because it actually has a music. It actually has a music, but let me play my music. Meanwhile, we will share the Zoom link to our participants from other states. It will be shared in the YouTube. The participants from other states can join inside our Zoom platform. I think we can allow some 20 participants, 20 to 25 participants from other states, so that you can share your views live with us. Shamla ma'am, can you please share the Zoom link and start allowing the participants from other states to come inside our Zoom platform before this quiz ends? Amrita ma'am, you're taking the lead. I think you should give me a treat. Pratibha ma'am, you're following closely. Come on, Mohan. Shamla ma'am, can you share the link? Shalini ma'am has taken the lead. Come on, Reenu Mehta ma'am. Imagine if we adults can enjoy all these learning, and if all these learning are given to our students, just imagine what type of enjoyment and what type of happiness they will have during their learning process. Amrita ma'am, come on, you can pull it up. Reenu Mehta ma'am, superb, you have taken the lead. Actually, Reenu Mehta ma'am is from Northeast, so she is a very young and active teacher. Can we have participants inside our Zoom meet? I think the link is available. Some of the participants from the other states and even from Tamil Nadu, even from Chennai, can join inside our Zoom platform and share their views and comments. We request participants to join us inside our Zoom platform. You can share your views and comments. We are eagerly waiting to hear from you. You have 4 more minutes. Reenu Mehta, can you pull it up to number 1? Amrita ma'am, come on. You were taking the lead. Pratibha ma'am, can you jump to number 2, number 1? Wow, come on, Pratibha ma'am. Well done. Reenu Mehta, can you try? Pratibha ma'am, can you keep up your position? Shalini ma'am, you were leading for quite some time. What happened? Gaming. Okay. TA Gaming has taken the lead suddenly. We request the participants who have joined inside our Zoom meet, you can share your views for a few minutes, maybe 1 or 2. Don't take much time. Shamla ma'am, I think you can allow a 5 more person inside. If they are willing, you can allow 5 more. We would like to hear from you. We have participants across the country. We want to hear from you. We want to improve. So we want to hear from people from north, northeast. If there are any participants from abroad, we would like to hear from you. Shalini, you have taken the lead. Wow, great. There are around 70 participants playing this game right now. And the questions are from the 2-day workshop module. So we are not giving you any assignment or assessment for this program. All those participants who have taken part actively in the past 2 days, who have completed the feedback forms, will be receiving their certificate. We want all of you to take part in our future workshops too. Please join with us in the learning process. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and the game is over. Reenu Mehta, 3rd place. So Shalini has emerged as the 1st place winner, followed by Kavi and followed by Reenu Mehta. Reenu Mehta has been attending all my programs. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for attending. And now it's time for the participants to share their views. And let me stop my presentation. And yes, thank you very much for joining. I think we can have one at a time. Mm, Professor Mohan, you can unmute yourself and you can talk. Mohan sir, I see a name Mohan here. Are you available? Okay. Anybody else? Dr. Francis, Dr. N.A. Francis. Dr. N.A. Francis. Kindly unmute yourself and talk. Kindly unmute yourself and talk. We want to hear from you. You can talk. If anybody is interested to talk, you can come inside our Zoom platform. Otherwise, please don't waste the time. If you say the Raman sir, if you are interested, you can talk.
Yeah, sir. Good evening, and it's very happy to be your student for the 3rd time in a row. And to me, it is every day is a new day for a teacher. Even though I retired from service and I am working for Apollo Educational Institute in Andhra Pradesh, and the 2 days is really a memorable experience for any teacher, especially for the youngsters. And even I mean, The tools are the formative and summative assessment system and methods is really wonderful, and I enjoyed a lot. Thanks a lot, Professor Arul.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Reenu Mehta ma'am, welcome.
Yes, sir. Yes. You are mentioning my name so many times that it was my duty, moral duty, to just give my feedback to you. I'm just enjoying all your sessions, sir. It's a great honor and privilege, and I'm very much sure that everyone has learned at least one thing new. I have learned so many new things in the last few months, I must say. I'm very lucky that you have come as a mentor in my life to just make me successful and make me progressive as a teacher. So I'm so much lucky to attend all your sessions, sir. And I just promise that I'll be using all such techniques in my classroom so that my students will get benefited out of it, and they will enjoy. They will enjoy. Moreover, they'll be enjoying.
Where are you from?
Sir, I'm from Nagpur, Maharashtra, not Northeast. I'm Nagpur, Maharashtra, Central India, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Anybody else?
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Anybody want to share their views? Gomadi ma'am, Hemanta, Binay Kumar, Ajay Kumar, Mary, Arukyam, Hemanta Singde.
Sir. It is an excellent experience for me.
Can you switch on your video, sir? We would like to see you.
No, sir, video I cannot use.
Okay, no problem.
Due to my problem.
Yeah, tell
it
me.
Is excellent, sir. Learning tool. It will help in creating effective classroom in the online class.
Okay.
And it will help me to make enjoyable. And thank you, sir.
And where are you from? Sir, where are you? Where are you from?
Odisha. Odisha, sir.
Odisha. Thank you, sir. Mahara Junisa, can we hear from you? Revati, ma'am, can we hear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Mahara
Good evening. Good evening, everybody. Actually, I was not very fortunate enough to join in the beginning.
Okay.
But from the time I joined, it is around 1.5 hours now. Really, it is a very informative program. And I look forward to learn more from you and implement in our classes so that teaching learning becomes easy to the teachers and interesting to the kids. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Where are you from?
I'm from Greenfield International School, Principal, Darabro.
Great, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. We are very fortunate to have you. Thank you.
Welcome, sir.
Anybody else?
Hello, sir. I'm Revati.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm also from Greenfield International Darabram, sir.
Great.
So first of all, good evening to everybody. First, I must thank you and also our principal, ma'am, Isha, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, she only asked me to join this. Otherwise, I might have missed this wonderful session.
Okay.
So now it is very challenging task for every teachers.
Yes.
So we used to use only Zoom, and I used to use slides for teaching kids.
Yes.
But today I learned a new thing from you, sir. Once again, I thank you for this wonderful session, sir. I'm waiting for your upcoming sessions as well. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Golam, Morta, anybody else you want to join? Anybody else want to join? Yes, somebody? We are running out of time. Those who are inside the Zoom, if you want to share something about the program, you can always share it with us. Yes, and I would like to share some information about ourselves. So you can always go to our website. This is my website. It's called infoledge.com, and you can see a lot of information available here. There is a separate section for ICT where you can you can have links for virtual labs and other informations about MHRD. And we also have a YouTube channel, so you can always watch all the videos related to ICT. Basically, I'm from a chemistry background, so you will have a lot of videos in chemistry. Plus, you can also have a lot of videos in ICT. So you have videos in ICT too. So a lot of videos related to the tools, everyday tools. We are going to see Google Forms and so many things. So if you're interested to please subscribe to this YouTube channel, and you'll be receiving notification whenever we upload a new video. And please do share all the videos with the teaching community, because everything is free. See, we get everything freely and give to all the teachers freely. So freely we get, freely we receive, freely we give. So please share, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and make it more popular among the teachers so that the teachers will be benefited in using all these ICT tools. And for your okay. Now, this is another Google site. This is the Google site of the InfoLedge platform, and you can always connect with me. So this is my email ID, augustinap@gmail.com or augustin@dgvaishnavcollege.edu.in. Okay, you can reach me in WhatsApp with my mobile number, which I will share with you in the chat box. So I will share my number in the chat box. Please mail me. Don't put any messages into my mobile phone. I will try to answer all the most. I normally reply to everyone. Ma'am, can you please copy this and post it in the YouTube live? Ma'am, is the feedback form posted in the YouTube? Okay, so this is my mail ID. You can connect with me with email. I will reply to you. Now all these has happened thanks to COVID, because we learned a lot of things during this COVID. And if there are no feedback, I think we can end the session. Over to you, Sandamaran.
Thank you, sir. So now we are moving towards the valedictory session. I would like to propose the vote of thanks by quoting Tirukural. பயன் தூக்கார் செய்த உதவி நயன் தூக்கின் நன்மை கடலிற் பெரிது. பொருள், இன்ன பயன் கிடைக்கும் என்று ஆராயாமல் ஒருவர் செய்த உதவியின் அன்புடைமையை ஆராய்ந்தால் அதன் நன்மை கடலை விட பெரியதாகும். I would like to translate in English. So without any expectations, if anyone extend his hand to others, that voluminous of love is greater than the size of the ocean. So first, I would like to thank our management, our secretary, Shri Ashok Kumar Mundraji. At this juncture, I would like to highlight one important thing. Whenever we propose any program plan to our secretary, the next moment he will approve and do the sanction. Thank you so much, sir, for having such a strong confidence on us. We assure you, sir, we will definitely will take the college to the next level of excellence. Next, I would like to thank our revered principal, Dr. S. Santosh Babu, for continuously supporting IQAC in all aspects. Thank you, sir, for motivating us. Next, I would like to thank our chief guest for the day one, Dr. B.S. Ponnuri Raj, advisor, Director Secretariat for the vibrant session. I also thank the resource person, Mr. Swaminathan Ganesan, co-founder, CEO of SmartTile, for the highly informative and thought-provoking session. Next, I would like to thank all the participants for the enthusiastic approach towards this training session. I extend my sincere thanks to all my HODs, faculties, DG Vaishnav College family for their continued support towards the IQAC. I profoundly thank the technical team, Ms. Shamla Devi, Management Information System, and our beloved Professor Jagadishan from the Department of Computer Science. I also thank IQAC members and student coordinators for the tireless support towards the success of the program. Finally, I would like to thank IQAC coordinator Dr. T. Agustin Aruprasad, the captain of the program, who worked day and night for this positive outcome. Once again, I thank you all for making this event a grand success. I request one and all kindly rise for the national anthem.
Thank you, one and all, for being with us in the last 2 days, and I hope you will all give us the same patronage in the coming days also. So thank you for joining with us. Have a wonderful day and have a wonderful teaching and learning process. Thank you very much. God bless.